Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are starting inequalities past papers. In the previous class, we have discussed all the concepts of inequalities, shading inequalities to see how to draw the solution of some inequality on the real line. The first question is A is 0.5, comma 2, B is the 0.9, comma 6. AC is parallel to the x-axis, CB is parallel to the y-axis. The equation of the line AB is x minus y is equals to 3. The region inside triangle ABC is defined by three inequalities. Write down these inequalities. So we have this region. This is region R, and the coordinates of ABC are the coordinates of A are 5, comma 2. The coordinates of B are 9, comma 6. So the coordinates of C will be, we can easily find the coordinates of C. How? We know that this line AC is parallel to the x-axis. It is given in the question. So we can say that it's a horizontal line. So the equation for the horizontal line is y is equals to 2. Why it is 2? Just because of this coordinate. So it means the coordinate of the y coordinate of C is 2. And now what will be the x coordinate? We know that this equation is x is equals to 9. So it means the coordinates of C are 9, comma 2. So the coordinates of C are 9, comma 2. So if this is the region and x is equals to 9 is this line, so it is so simple that the region R is on the left side of this line, x is equals to 9. So we can say that our inequality, our first inequality is x less than 9. Moving on to our second inequality, this line is y is equals to 2 and your region R is above the line. So we can say that y is above the line, the region is above that line. So we will say that y is greater than 2. Now to see how to put inequality in this equation, I told you to make y subject. So if you make y subject, you will get this equation. So y is equals to x minus 3 after making y subject. So look at this line. This is your line. Dotted line. Dotted line means all these lines are dotted lines. That is why I am strictly writing inequality, not the equal sign. Okay. Never put equal sign. Now this is the line y is equals to x minus 3 and the region R is below that line. So if the region R is below the line, you will write y less than x minus 3. That's the answer. Okay. If the region is above the line, we will write y greater than x minus 3. But in this case, जो हमारा region है, वो line से नीचे है, below the line है. So what I will do, I will write y is less than x minus 3, which in return becomes the same thing. Okay. So I'm going to write these inequalities over here. So this is my answer. That's it. Moving on to question 2. In the diagram, the line 3y plus 2x is equals to 13 meets the axes at A and B. Axes at this line meets y-axis at B and x-axis at A. The point P is in the shaded region R. So P lies somewhere in R. Okay. Given that AP is as large as possible, write down the coordinates of P. I would say that this is not a maths question. Okay. AP is as large as possible. So you have to make distance as large as possible, starting from A, ending at P. And where is P? P lies somewhere inside the region R. So P lies somewhere inside the region R. So now there are so many options for P. Either P can be can lie on the boundary, okay, or even inside this region R. So these are all the possibilities, possible positions of for P. But they were saying कि जो P है वो A से as large as possible distance पे है, ठीक है? So let's say if we start from A, so this what will be the position of P? Obviously, अगर हमने distance सबसे ज्यादा करना है, so P will lies on the boundary and also lies on the corners. तो ये दो बेस्ट पॉसिबल ऑप्शंस हैं कि जहां पे P A से बहुत ज्यादा दूर है. P is as large as possible from A. So now how can we see that कौन सा जो पॉइंट P की पोजीशन है जो A से सबसे ज्यादा दूर है? For that we have to look at A. So you can see that A is this point, okay? So this is the half of, I would say this is the half of rectangle, okay? But A is above the half, okay? I would say this is the half of the rectangle and जो A है वो आपके रेक्टेंगल के हाफ से अबव है. सो इट मींस अगर मुझे चूज करना पड़े विच डिस्टेंस इज बिगर, तो हाउ वी कैन चूज which distance is bigger? There are like two options. Either you can measure it from scale. You can measure it from scale. Look at that. Okay. You can measure it from scale, or you can make a guess. क्या प्रॉब्लम कर रहा है? This is the distance, and if you measure the other distance, I think from A to the other point, wait a minute. I don't know what happened with my scale, but anyway, if you simply look at the lines, if you simply look at these lines, so this line is bigger. Okay, this line is bigger. और concept क्या है कि जो A है, A lies above the half. This is the half of rectangle, but A lies above this line. So it means A is more close to that corner. Okay, from this corner. So A is close to that corner, but A is far from this corner. So this is my position P. So you can say that this point has coordinate 6, 2. That's it. 6, 2. Write down all the integers that satisfies this inequality. तो ये हमने ऐसे questions बहुत ज़्यादा किए थे. It is minus 1.5 less than or equal to x less than 2. So you can see a real line. You can draw a real line, minus 1.5. This is 2. So what are the integers? Minus 1. It is 1, 0, minus 1. That's it. So these are all the possibilities, minus 1, 0, and 1. Complete the following inequality with a fraction. अब आपको दो numbers दिए गए हैं. They have given you two fractions and they are saying इनके दरमियान कोई number लिखें. It has a proper concept. Students, if I ask you that you have two numbers, let's say 1 and maybe 5. So tell me any number which lies between 1 and 5. So you can give me answer, sir. It can be 2, or it can be 3, or it can be 4, or it can be any decimal number between 1 and 5. But if I ask you to write some number between 1 and 1 over 5, if I give you 3 over 4 and 1 over 2, and we have to find some number between the two fractions. So it has a so simple concept. Just add these numbers. Okay, there's a short trick. Simply add these numbers and then divide it by 2. Divide that answer by 2. You will get some number which definitely lies between these numbers. Okay. So if you want to see that, write some number in the middle of these two numbers, तो आप क्या करोगे? आप लिखोगे 3/4 plus 1/2. That will be 4. 3 plus 2, that is 5/4. So next, divide this number by 2. Divide this number by 2, you will get 5/8. So this number 5/8 definitely lies between these two numbers. तो अगर आपसे कहा जाए कि write some number between two numbers, so simply take their average. Average means add those two numbers and then divide it by 2. You will get your answer. Okay. Moving on to question C. Write down an irrational value of n that satisfies this inequality. ऐसे क्वेश्चन हम कैसे करते हैं? Irrational means that involves square root 2, square root 3, square root 5, square root 7. ऐसे नंबर जिनमें स्क्वायर रूट आता है, ठीक है, और उनका आंसर बिटवीन 2 and 3 आए. तो हाउ टू फाइंड दैट नंबर, हाउ टू लोकेट दैट नंबर, बहुत इजी है. देयर इज अनदर ट्रिक. How we can write this 4, this 2? We can write this 2 as square root 4. And how we can write this 3? We can write this as square root 9. So there are a lot of irrational numbers between root 4 and root 9, which is actually 2 and 3. So we can say that the number could be root 5 or root 6 or root 7 or root 8 or anything with a square root, but inside the whose answer lies between 2 and 3. So you can write any of these options as the answer. Okay, इनका जो भी आंसर है आप चेक कर लें. Just put this in calculator. You will get some answer which actually lies between 2 and 3. Okay, so let's say the answer is root 5. Moving on to solve the inequality. We will study these type of concepts. I'm talking about B and C. We will study these type of concepts in another chapter called numbers. So when we study numbers, वहां पे ऐसे बहुत से कॉन्सेप्ट्स हमने पढ़ने हैं. ठीक है. Question 4. Solve the inequality. So solve the inequality. Minus 2x minus x is less than minus 12. So minus 3x less than minus 12. So x is greater than minus 12 over minus 3. So x is greater than 4. X is greater than 4 is my answer. So find the integer values of n that satisfies minus 8 less than 2n, 2n less than or equal to minus 4, minus 8 less than n less than or equal to minus 2. If you remember, we can write this by combining these two inequalities on the real line as minus 4 less than n less than or equal to minus 2. So if we draw a real line, this could be minus 2, this could be minus 4. So tell me any number which lies between this region. So there are minus 3, minus 2, that's it. अब minus 4 नहीं है. Why minus 4 is not included? Just because of this inequality. So this will be an open dot, not the solid dot. Okay. So these are only two integers which satisfies this inequality. Moving on to question 5. It's a wonderful question. The diagram shows the triangle ABC formed by the lines ये जो triangle ABC है formed by these lines. Y is equal to 6 means this line. X equal to 23 means this line. So this horizontal line is, I will write y is equal to 6. This vertical line is x is equals to 23. That small line. And the other line is y is equals to x over 3. Okay, that's it. One of these is x less than 23. So one of these three inequalities is x less than 23. Obviously, अगर ये ना भी दी होती तो हम कैसे लिखते? देखें, x is equal to 23 ये लाइन है ना? अच्छा, sorry, it is x over 3. So x is equals to y is equals to x over 3 is this line. So this region is below the line. So I will write y less than x over 3. Y less than x over 3. Okay. The first inequality is y less than x over 3. The second inequality is this is your line x is equals to 23. So the region R is on the left side of this line. So if it is on the left side of this line, I will write x less than 23, but it was given in the question. Okay, इसके आपको number नहीं मिलेंगे. It was given in the question. The next inequality, required inequality, is this line is y is equal to 6 and your region is above the line. If your region is above the line, you will write y is greater than 6. You will write y is greater than 6. That's it. Moving on to question 6, x over 3 minus 3x over 4 less than 1. So 4 threes are 12. So 4x minus 9x is less than 1. So minus 5x over 12 less than 1. So minus 5x less than 12, x greater than minus 12 over 5. So if you draw a real line, so minus 12 over 5 means minus 2 point something, okay? So you can even, it is not required, okay? So 5 twos are, so 5 fours are 20. So minus 2.4. Anyway, this is your point, minus 2.4. X greater, why did I change this inequality? Just because of this negative sign, negative number. If you divide some negative number on the other side, you change the inequality. And because of this greater than, you will write an open circle and put an arrow on the right side. So now tell me, what are the negative integers satisfying this inequality? So let's say this number is 0. So I will write minus 2, minus 1. That's it. So minus 2 and minus 1 are the two numbers which is satisfying this inequality. Negative integers, okay? Moving on to question 7. In the diagram, the equation of the line AC is 7x plus 5y is equals to 35. Write down the three inequalities that define the region inside the triangle ABC. So this is your region R, right? First of all, tell me what is this line? This line is horizontal line, which is y is equal to 5. So the region R is below the line. The region R is below the line, so I will write y less than 5. Okay. What is this line? This line is a vertical line, which is x is equals to 4. The region R is on the left side of this line. So it means I will write x is less than 4. X is less than 4. Now I am interested to look at this line. I am interested to write the inequality for this line. So this line is 7x plus 5y is equals to 35. As I said, आप क्या किया करो? आप y को बना लिया करें सब्जेक्ट. ओके. So the region R is above that line. The region R is above this line, okay? Above the line. So how you will write the inequality? Y greater than or less than? Y greater than 35 minus 7x over 5. That's it. So simply copy this inequality here, okay? You can give answer in so many forms. Either you can multiply this 5 on the other side. So this will become y greater than 35 minus 7x over 5. Bring, bring 5 on the other side. And also bring 7x on the other side. So 5y plus 7x is greater than 35. Or you can give this as the final answer, okay? It doesn't matter. ठीक है. अगर आप मार्किंग स्कीम देखोगे तो यू विल फाइंड दिस आंसर. बेसिकली उसने वही इक्वेशन जो दी होती है उसी को उसी टाइप का आंसर लिखा होता है. ठीक है. बट ऑलवेज आपने आंसर कैसे देना है? आफ्टर मेकिंग वाई सब्जेक्ट. ये शॉर्टकट है. अब वाई को बनाए सब्जेक्ट. अगर रीजन लाइन से ऊपर है तो राइट वाई ग्रेटर देन. अगर रीजन लाइन से नीचे है तो राइट वाई लेस देन. ओके. द लाइन y is equals to kx where k is an integer passes through the triangle ABC. Find the greatest possible value of k. So this line y is equal to kx is a very famous line. Y is equals to kx is a very famous line. Y is equals to kx means it has y-intercept 0. So a line which has y-intercept 0 is passes through origin. Okay, when there is no y-intercept, it means line is passing through the origin. So these are all the possibilities of the line y is equals to kx. Okay, it passes through the origin. So these are all the lines depending on your gradient k, and these are all the possibilities of line y is equal to kx, but it must passes through the origin. Look at the movement of my line, okay? But anyway, now the question is, find the greatest possible value of k. क्या आप मुझसे एग्री करते हैं that your k is the gradient? K is the gradient. So we have to find the gradient of the line. The greatest possible value for the gradient, okay? The greatest possible value of the gradient. So students, look at this line. Now I will ask you that if I move this line on the triangle, this is triangle ABC. So tell me where this line has a greatest gradient, the largest gradient. Obviously, इससे आगे हम नहीं जा सकते because हमने जो line है वो triangle से pass करवानी है ABC से. So if I pass this line through the triangle ABC, so what will be the maximum gradient of this line? So obviously अगर मैं line को यहाँ पे लाके stop कर दूं इस जगह पे, तो this line is passing through the triangle ABC, and this line has the maximum possible gradient. So now try to find the gradient of this line OA. So how can I find the gradient? It is so simple. Simply write the coordinates of origin, which is 0, 0. And now let's try to find the coordinates of A. The coordinates of A क्या होंगे? 5, because it has y coordinate 5. And let's substitute this 5 in this line. So 7x plus 5 into 5 is equal to 35. So 7x plus 25 is equal to 35. So 7x is equals to 10. So x is going to be 10 over 7. Okay, which is 1 point something, which is 1 point something. So it means the coordinates of A are 10 over 7, comma 5. So now tell me, students, how to find the gradient of OA. Can I say that the gradient is rise over run, which will be 35 over 10, which will be 3.5. So the gradient of this line is 3.5. Now, as you know that the question was saying find the gradient was integer. अब देखिए maximum gradient क्या है इस line का 3.5. But 3.5 is not acceptable because this is a decimal. So tell me some number which is less than 3.5. But it is very, very close to 3.5. But it must be some integer. So that is k is equal to 3. Okay. So k is equal to 3 is my maximum gradient inside the line. So k is equal to 3. So gradient k is equal to 3.5. But it must be some integer. So to make it integer, I will write maximum value less than 3.5 is 3. Okay. Moving on to question 8, you can take a screenshot for this. Question 8, find the integers that satisfies 1 less than 3x plus 5 and 3x plus 11 plus 5 is less than or equal to 11. So 1 minus 5 less than 3x, minus 4 over 3 less than x greater than minus 4 over 3, which is minus 1 point something. 3x is less than or equal to 6, x is less than or equal to 2. Make a real line. So 2 have a solid dot. Anyway, 2 has a have a solid dot, and you will write an arrow on the left side. And then we have a minus 4 over 3 somewhere on the left side, which is minus 1 point something. Okay. And it has a open dot arrow on the right side. Now, what are the possible values inside this region? Find the integer. So integers are minus 1 and 0, 1, and also 2. So I will say minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. That's it. Moving on to question 9. The region R is defined by the inequalities. On the diagram, shade and label the region R. So you know it very well that x is less than or equal to 8 is a vertical line. This portion is x is greater than or equal to 2. So it means it's also a vertical line, but it is on the left side. So this is the first shading. Okay. So you will shade from 2 till 8, everything between these two lines. So these are the two vertical lines. Okay. आपने solid lines बनानी है, ठीक है? The first line is x is equals to 8. The second line is x is equals to 2. So you will shade everything between these two lines, but before shading, try to look at the other inequalities also. This is two horizontal lines between 10 and 5. It means y less than or equal to 10. It means y is greater than or equal to 5. So above 5, below 10. Above 5, below 10 are solid lines, okay? So y is equals to 10 and below below 10 and above y is equals to 5, which is between 4 and 6. So this is the possible shading. If you look at the first two inequalities, this is your possible shading. But there is still one more inequality, that is x plus y greater than or equal to 10. We have to do some work on this. So x plus y is equals to 10. मैंने आपसे क्या कहा था? Let's substitute x 0. You will get y 10 and you will say the point is 0 comma 10. Put y 0, you will get x 10. The point is 10 comma 0. So the point is 10 comma 0 and 0 comma 10. Now let's join these points with the scale. Now, as I said, make y subject and then take decision. Okay, sorry. Question क्या था? Question था x plus y is greater than or equal to 10. Let's make y subject. Y is greater than or equal to 10 minus x. Now, if it is greater than or equal to, it means above the line. It means above the line. So combining all the shadings, above the line mean everything above this line. But please considering in mind your previous shading. Please consider in your mind the previous shading. So what was the previous shading? The previous shading is this box along with the shading of this line. So tell me what are your combined shading, common shading. So if you look at carefully, your common shading is only this portion. This is your common shading. That's it. This is your common shading. And right inside region R. That's it. Moving on to question 10. In the diagram, the equation of the line through B and C is 6x plus y. 6x plus 7y is equal to 42. Through A and B is y is equals to x over 5. We know that this line has no y-intercept because the line passes through the origin, so it will have no y-intercept. So this line is y is equals to x over 5. This line is x is equals to 2, which is a vertical line. Next, the question is the region inside triangle ABC is defined by the three inequalities. Write down the inequalities. So this is your line x is equals to 2. Region R is on the right side. So region R is on the right side of this line. So I will write x is greater than 2. Not greater than, but greater than or equal to. Why? Because this time you have, okay, the region inside triangle ABC is defined by the three inequalities. Inside means boundary is not included. So you will only write x greater than 2. The boundary of the triangle is not included. Inside means only inside, not boundaries. We are done with this inequality. We are done with that inequality because the region R is above the line, so it is given y is greater than x over 5. So now look at the third one. Look at the third one. This is your third inequality, okay? तो आप क्या करोगे? Simply, as I said, make y subject, and then, as you know that the region R is below the line. This region R is below that line, below that line. So you will write y less than 42 minus 6x over 7. But as I said, you can give answer in different forms, but exam, अगर आप marking scheme देखोगे, and if you want to get the same answer, then you have to multiply 7 on the other side. So 7y 42 minus 6x. So yes, 7y plus 6x less than 42. This is your final answer. Or you can give answer in this form. Doesn't matter. The line y is equal to kx passes through the triangle ABC. Find all the possible integer values of k. If you look at y is equals to kx, so you will definitely agree with me that k is your gradient. Gradient, and c is your 0 because the line passes through the origin. C is 0. C means y-intercept is 0. So y is equal to kx passes through where? Origin. The line y is equal to kx passes through the origin. That's it. Now let's try to find the gradient. Try to find the gradient of this y is equal to kx. So let's start a line from the origin, and this is my triangle. I have to remain inside the triangle. So definitely I will move this line up to maximum point C. इससे आगे मैंने नहीं जाना क्योंकि आई विल गो आउटसाइड द ट्राइंगल. वो कह रहा है कि आपकी जो लाइन है दैट पासिस थ्रू द ट्राइंगल. सो इट मीन दिस इज माय मैक्सिमम पोजीशन, दिस इज माय स्मॉलेस्ट पोजीशन. ठीक है, तो ये मेरी स्मॉलेस्ट पोजीशन है, इससे नीचे मैं नहीं आ सकता. यू कैन सी लाइन गोज आउटसाइड द ट्राइंगल. ऐसा नहीं करना. तो आपने क्या करना है? आपने करना है ट्राइंगल के इनसाइड ही रहना है. सो दिस इज माय स्मॉलेस्ट पॉसिबिलिटीज, दिस इज माय मैक्सिमम पॉसिबिलिटी. ओके, so now let's try to find the coordinates of C. तो coordinates of C कैसे निकालेंगे? What was my x coordinate? 2. And how to find the y coordinate? Simply put this 2 here. So 6 times 2 plus 7 times y is equals to 42. So 7y is equal to 42 minus 12 is 30. So y is equal to 30 over 7, which is 4 point something. Doesn't matter, but you should know कि it is 4 point something, okay? आपको exact value नहीं चाहिए. So 30 over 7. Now, what is my gradient of this line? It is rise over run. It is rise over run. So coordinates of C are 2, 30 over 7. So K is rise, which is 30 over 7 divided by 2, which is run. So that is 30 over 14. So which is 2 point something, which is 2 point something. So my maximum gradient is 30 over 14. And my smallest gradient is, if you look at the smallest gradient, so it can be written as 1 over 5x. So what is my smallest gradient? 1 over 5, okay? So I will say smallest gradient is equal to 1 over 5. largest gradient is 30 over 14. So what are the possible integers between 1 over 5 and 30 over 14, which will be, if you draw this on real line, so it is so simple. 1 over 5 is there and 30 over 14 is 2 point something, which is, so what are the integers between them? So it is 1 and 2. That's it. So these are all the possibilities of k. So these are all the possibilities of the gradients, which are integers and lies between 1 over 5 till 30 over 14. Till 30 over 14. ठीक है? ये हम स्टेप नीचे कर देते हैं ताकि आपको याद रहे. Moving on to question 11. Find the possible values of x given that x is an integer. So simple. 15 less than 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3 less than 22. So 15 plus 3 is 18 less than 2x. 9 less than x. 9 less than x. X is greater than 9. So 2x less than 25. X is less than 25 over 3, which is 6 point something. So you can say 6 point. So it is 2x minus 3. Oh, sorry, it is not 3. It was not 3, it is 25 over 2, which is 12.5. So greater than 9, less than 12.5. So what are the integers between them? It is 10, it is 11, it is 12. So 10, 11, 12. These are all the possible integers lies between 9 to 12.5. Question 12. It is so easy. 3 minus 1 less than or equal to y. 2 less than or equal to y, but you will write y greater than or equal to 2. Try to write always x or y on the left side in inequalities answers. Cross multiply, so 60 minus 3 is equal to 4 minus 40. 60 plus 40 is equal to 4 plus 3, 7. So 10t is equal to 7. So t is equal to 7 over 10. Moving on to question 13. The diagram shows the line x plus y is equals to 8. Y is equals to 1 over 2x. X equals to 0. What is x equal to 0? It is y-axis. X equal to 0 means it is y-axis. Y is equal to 0 means it is x-axis. So x equal to 0, it is y-axis. Y is equal to 0, it is x-axis. Y is equals to 1 over 2x. It is passing through the origin, this line. So this line is y is equals to 1 over 2x or simply x over 2. The other line is x plus y is equals to 8. This line is x is equal to 0, which is y-axis. This line is y is equal to 0, which is x-axis. The region between the lines are labeled with letters. Write down the label of the region which is defined by these three inequalities. Students, the first is x plus y less than 8. Where is x plus y? x plus y तो ये है. As I said, आप क्या किया करें, इसमें से y को subject बना लेना. So if you bring x on the other side, this will become y less than 8 minus x. So it means y is less than 8 minus x. तो आप लाइन पे खड़े हो जाएं. This is your line. So less than means below the line. So below the line, it means ये सारे कैंसिल कर दो. ये सारे कैंसिल हो गए. Okay. Just because of the first, all A, E, I, J cancel out. ठीक है, ये सारे कैंसिल कर दें. So now you have these options. Look at y less than 1 over 2x. Y less than 1 over 2x mean this is y is equals to 1 over 2x. So if y is less than, it means these are cancel out because y less than का मतलब है below the line. Okay. So now they will be cancel out. So now we are left with G, D and H. Y is greater than 0. Where is y is equal to 0? This line is y is equal to 0. So if y is greater than 0, it means above this line. So if you talk about this line, and above this line means they will be cancelled out and you are left with only G. Okay? You are left with only G. That's it. Now let's come to write down all the inequalities which defines E. Which defines E. E कहाँ पे है? आप जरा खुद देखें E कहाँ पे है? E बना है इन लाइन से. 1, 2, 3. इन 3 लाइन से मिलके E बना है. So first of all, tell me what's about this. So this line is x is equal to 0. और जो E है वो इस लाइन के राइट साइड पे है. So you will say x is greater than 0 because x is equal to 0 is vertical line, but E is on the right side. So you will write x greater than 0. Look at this line. This is my second line, which is x plus y equals to 8. But as I said, never treat it in this form. Okay. Always try to write y as a subject. So look at this. This is my line. Y is equals to 8 minus x. E is above this line. So what you will do? You will write y greater than 8 minus x. और मैंने आपसे क्या कहा था? आप जिस फॉर्म में मर्जी आंसर दे दें, bring x on the other side. So you will get the same thing again. Y plus x greater than 8. Now let's come to this line. Y is equals to 1 over 2x. Again, E is above this line. So what you will do? You will write y is greater than 1 over 2x. So these are all the three inequalities for E. Number 1, number 2, number 3. बट आपने ये दोनों तो एक ही है ना, तो इनमें से कोई एक लिख दें. मैंने क्या कर दिया? आप these are the three inequalities. Okay. X is greater than 0. Y is greater than 1 over 2x. And x plus y is greater than 8. These are all the inequalities to represent G. आप खुद अपनी प्रैक्टिस के लिए कोई और भी रीजन ट्राई कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. Come to question 14. Find the integer values integers that satisfies minus 5 less than or equal to 3x less than or equal to 6. So it is minus 5 less than or equal to 3x, and then 3x less than or equal to 6. So minus 5 over 3 less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2. If you draw a real line, it is 2 with a solid dot and up to minus 5 over 3 means minus 1 point something. So minus 5 over 3 with a solid dot again. So what are the possible integers between them? It is 1, 2, 0, and minus 1. So minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. Question 15. The shaded region is defined by the three inequalities. Find these three inequalities. So how to find these three inequalities? What is this line? Y is equal to 3. It's a horizontal line. Y is equal to 3. So you know that this region R is above the line. So you will say Y is greater than 3, greater than or equal to 3, because the line is solid line. What is this line? Is it x is equals to 5? I'm talking about this vertical line. Yes. But this region R is on the left side of this line. So I will write x is less than or equal to 5. The last line is this line. अब इसकी पहले आप इक्वेशन फाइंड करेंगे, ठीक है? इसकी लाइन आप इसकी इक्वेशन कैसे फाइंड होगी? There are multiple ways. Either you can find the gradient first of all using rise over run, or you can locate some point. चलें एक पॉइंट ये ले लेते हैं. Let's take this point and this point. So what will be my gradient? 0, 1 and 3, 4. So my gradient is y2 minus y1, 4 minus 1 over 3 minus 0, which will be 1. So y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to x plus c is 1 if you agree with me. What is c? C is the y-intercept. So line is passing, line is intersecting with the y-axis at 1. So that's mean ये C है आपका. This is C is equals to 1. So the region R is below the line. So if the region R is below the line, how do I write this? I will say y less than or equal to x plus 1, just because that the region R is below that line. So you will write y less than or equal to. Y equals to because the line is a solid line. The line is a solid line. Next question. A wonderful question again. In the diagram, OABC is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides have the same gradient. If the lines are parallel, then it means opposite sides have the same gradient. In the diagram, OABC is a parallelogram. The equation of the line CB is y is equals to x plus 2. The region inside the parallelogram is defined by four inequalities. One of these is y less than x plus 2. Write down the other three inequalities. So सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करते हैं. देखें इसकी चार साइड्स है ना पैरेललोग्राम की, तो चार इनइक्वालिटीज होंगी. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस इनइक्वालिटी. ये कौन सी इक्वेशन है? दिस इज y एक्सिस. So y axis is x is equals to 0. But just because that the parallelogram is on the right side, so you will say it is x greater than 0. It is x greater than 0. Next we have this line. So this line is parallel to that line. ये line जो है CB के parallel है because parallelogram है. So it means m is equals to 1 So it will have also gradient m is equals to 1. Why m equal to 1? Just because of this. Y is equals to x plus 2. It means its gradient is 1. So that is why the gradient of other line is also 1. So y is equals to 1 into x plus 0. Why 0? Because it is passing through the origin. Okay. So y is equal to x equation of OA. Now the region is above this line, so you will say y is greater than x. Y is greater than x. Now let's come to 4 inequality. This line is a vertical line, which is x equals to 4, and the region is on the left side. So you will say x is less than 4. X is less than 4. ये आपने सारी वर्किंग यहाँ पे करनी है. Calculate the area of parallelogram OABC. So you know that area of parallelogram is base into height. ठीक है. जो triangle होती है वो होता है 1/2 base into height. So parallelogram means simple base into height. So let's consider it as a base which is 1. No, which is 2. Which is 2 because this length is 2 because this line is x plus 2. So it means OC की जो length है वो कितनी है 2 है. And what is this height? This is the height of parallelogram. If this is the base, so this is the height of parallelogram, okay? Because maximum height of the parallelogram from the base is this height. So what is this much height? This is 4. So area क्या होता है? Area is base height. So base is 2, height is 4, so it is 8. Eight units square. So we'll start from question 17 onwards in the next class.